Let's talk about Ohm. Its name is Mantra. It's Mantra DAO. It's sitting at $1.27 right now. And as you can see how aggressively this coin is moving, it's only because of the fact that it is right now going through an overall disaster of a crash. It went from $6, 6.35, all the way down towards $1. So why is this thing crashing? Well, it's the same old reason that I keep on sharing in every coin and no one bothers looking at it. It's the tokenomics of this coin. They have changed the tokenomics of this coin, which means that they have introduced inflation, something that I have cried about for months in pretty much every coin. Whenever I'm covering the fundamentals, I look at inflation and I tell you that in the long run, this coin is going to die. When I raise that thing about SUI, I don't know, you want to call it SU, SUI, whatever you want to call it. I said that this thing is going to die in the long run, and then some of the monkeys came out and they said BlackRock is backing it, or someone else is backing it, or Grayscale is behind it. And they bring names and they start attaching it as a kind of authority, as if it is going to change the overall stuff. I shared the same thing about Liberty Finance, that they are idiots, don't follow them. They've lost over $190 million now with their Ethereum. So following people just because they are famous is the most stupidest thing that you can do in life. When it comes to investing, investing has everything to do with how you analyze things and how you look at the market, and it has nothing to do with the fame, because this is not where you can fake it to make it. The market is going to fuck you up if you don't understand what you're doing, and that is exactly the reason for this Burj Khalifa pattern that we are seeing. They have introduced an inflation of over, they have introduced an inflation of how much, just a second, of over 100%. So an inflation of over 100% is not that crazy. I think the reason that the market is reacting like this is twofolds. One, they didn't announce it that they are going to increase the supply, but this is not a surprising event. I have said this extensively, that whenever a coin doesn't have a max supply, it is a red flag for me, because you're pretty much relying on the team. You are at the mercy of the team. They can always press that button and make more coins. So if a coin that you're dealing with, it doesn't have a max supply, they can always go and do it. That is what Terra Luna did. That is what Ohm did. Terra Luna went way more aggressive. They introduced an inflation of 200,000% or more. It was a crazy inflation. They went from billion to trillions in terms of coins. So over there, it was a crazy inflation situation. But this is not that kind of crazy. It shouldn't have crashed like this. But it goes to the second point of the disaster that I was saying. It is twofolds. First, they didn't tell people, so they introduced 100% inflation. But we have seen this with Arbitrum and TIA both. They both got fucked really badly. But the thing is, everyone who was invested in it, smart investors, not talking about the idiots who don't read, they always had exited the coin. They already knew shit is going to happen. They were prepared for it. Over here, it was introduced as a surprise. So the whales dumped the shit out of it. And as retail investors, it's always the same thing. If the whales are pumping something up, they go and they buy the top. And when they are dumping something, then they go and sell the bottom. So the second reason for this overall disaster is because that everyone else who was big in this coin, they have started selling it. They have already sold it by now. I mean, we are all the way down. But the retail investors, they just followed through, and that's why you are seeing this overall disaster with this coin. And there is nothing else. Now there can be hundreds and thousands of things that can come up and pop up, but this is the major reason that they introduced an inflation all of a sudden out of the blue. And now later on, now people are saying different things. Some people are saying their community channel is deleted. No, you cannot find their community. I don't know if it is true or not. Let me go and check actually. Their Telegram account, they are saying it's gone. No, it is there. So there is a lot of FUD and a lot of fake news in the market that is killing this coin right now. But like I said, once the disaster starts, there is no stopping it. And yeah, they have not. They haven't mentioned anything. There is a massive FUD right now going on in their community and all over the internet. That is why you are seeing a drop of 600%. Now, this is not true. In terms of percentage, you can say it's 80% because the maximum drop can be 100%. But I'm looking at it from the point going from $1 to $6 is a 600% move. So you're talking about a disaster like that. Anyway, this thing will be blamed on a lot of things. They will say it is sold to private people in private. It has happened because of this, because of that. Nothing changes one thing. And what is that one thing? That this coin actually went and created a history. And while it was creating a history, everyone was happy with it. It went from 1 cent to $9. It has actually gone and done tremendous performance. From 1 cent to $9 is not a small journey. It's not a small accomplishment. I will tell you how much of a movement it is. It is a 900x, which means if you had invested $1,000 in it, you would have had $900,000 in your hands. So making $1 million from 1,000 is not that common. That's how well this coin has done. But at the same time, right now, we are seeing a clear Burj Khalifa pattern. Now, those who are thinking to invest in it, should you invest? Well, if you want to invest, you need to understand you're playing a gamble, because the overall FUD in the market is very fresh, very new, and there is no clarity that the rest of the world, when it wakes up, because it's at different times in different places. In UTC, it's 7 p.m. If we talk about my homeland, I'm from Afghanistan, so over there it's around midnight. In countries like Pakistan, it would be close to midnight, a bit over midnight. In India, it would be around 1 a.m. So a lot of those people who are invested in Om, and Om is an Indian word anyway. I don't know who are the team behind it. They might be Indians too. So if you look at it, there is a possibility that they wake up and then they start crashing it as well, and then there is a chaos in action. So when you're participating in it, it is extremely risky. And we looked at it, it was at 1.3 when we were recording. Now it has entered 90 cents. So maybe they have started calling each other over the phone calls and saying that sell this shit, and now they're waking up out of deep sleep and they're thinking that now we really need to get out of this, and it has gone and hit the 93 cents. And this is why buying at $1.3 at the start of this video seemed really legitimate. But at the end of the day, I think entering into this coin right now is going to be a gamble. You need to be very careful with it. Don't take action just because it's a buying opportunity. Let it get settled and then maybe participate. And if you want to buy, then do a crazy buying in a sense that as it dips to a very low, like hits the 90 cents, and then it goes back up towards $1.1, $1.2, get the shit out of it and run. If you want to participate in it for like 20 minutes or 15 minutes or 10 minutes or 30 minutes, like that, it's fine. But if you are going to buy and hold, it can be disastrous and it can lead to an overall disaster. It went to $1. I'll show you this thing on seconds. So this is 1 second each. You can see how it went to 90 and then it went up back to $1 something. Now it is going lower than that. Just look at it. This each candle is 1 second. Now it went to 88 cents, and the overall disaster is just crazy. So if you want to go and participate when it is dropping like this, just look at it. It's just beautiful. And it went and it created 85 cents now, and now it went back up, but it is crazy. So you let it stop somewhere and then you try to buy and let it go up. Like I said, if it is going to be 10 to 15 minutes, then that is understandable. Otherwise, participating in this coin, it can lead to a disaster because this is crazy. and buying at $1 or at 90 cents thinking that you are done with it is not true. And I think that this thing that you are seeing right now is overall reaction of the market, and there are shorters on top of it. Now people will be using leverage trades to fuck the shit up. They are opening new trades, and that is why, by the way, this is a double top. It was supposed to bleed on it. We will do analysis as it goes down, and so far we have achieved 70 cents. This is just beautiful. I would rather go and record this thing as it happens, I think, but I just wanted to make my point. We went from $1.3 to 70 cents live. Is 67 cents. So we are talking about a drop of how much? So from 1.3, let's say it is going to go to 60 cents, and this on a 60 cents, this is a drop of 116%. If you go from 60 to 1.3, this is crazy, or you can say it is a drop of 70%. So over here now it is trying to go back up. It can be a fake out like this, and it can start dropping again. Anyway, fuck this shit. I just wanted to let you know what to do, how to deal with coins like this. I was there at the time of Terra Luna while everyone lost to it. I made money. As it dropped, I bought, then it went back up. I sold the hell out of it, and then I ran, and then it lost the area of $1 or $2, and it started adding zeros after zeros after zeros. And the reason I was able to get out of it was because I looked at it that they had aggressively started increasing the supply, and that is the case scenario.